Okay, coming at you with part 3, the harmonica player as a sideman, Big Boss Man, on an A harmonica. Right, I want to get more into the number here, so I'm not going to break down every little lick that I play. I don't think I should do that anyway, because I know I learnt by ear. You know, that was how I learnt the harmonica. I just listened to records and I just had my harmonica and I worked and I worked and I worked until I could pick things out. So, you know, I think you should do the same. I'll try and keep the things that I play simple. That won't be hard. And I may tell you one or two little things that I'm doing, and the rest I leave for you to work out. So what I'm going to do is play the number from the beginning, and I think as I play this time, I'm going to just work in the spaces in the Big Boss Man in the Big Boss Man chorus, which is the start. And when I get into the verses, you'll hear that the verse is slightly different. I'm going to approach this, I think, from the point of view of trying to embellish the rhythmic playing that's going on with the guitar. Okay, I think you'll see what I mean anyway when I play the track. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. A big boss man. Can't you hear me when big boss man? Can't you hear me when well, you ain't so big. You're just tall, that's all. Well, you got me the working boss man, working round the clock. I wanna take a drink of water, you just won't let me stop. Big boss man, can't you hear me when well, you ain't so big. You're just tall, that's all. That's a tongue warble. That's all tongue blocked. That whole solo was tongue blocked except for the very last little bit, which was puckered. Hard in the daytime, easy at night. I'm cutting across the vocal now, I don't like it. Can't you hear me when well, you ain't so big. You're just tall, that's all. Alright, I've stopped my recording. That was because my phone went off while I was doing it. Okay, I'll tell you something that's weird. When you're trying to think about what you're doing when you're playing so that you can explain it, there's a lot of what I did there which I really didn't like very much. It's so much easier when all you've got to think about is actually what you're playing, and you know, you don't even actually think very much about that because you just do it. Okay, so I think what we need to do now is just mention one or two little things that I did play. The little rhythmic thing, that's all just done on the bottom 3 holes. 1, 2 and 3 draw, but it's a suck and a quick blow, like that, and then 2 sucks. And you can use your hand to emphasize those last 2 sucks, you know, so to give a tonal variation. I mean, you can use that in any way to change the sort of tonal quality of the sound. One thing I will say though about hand technique, and I think this might need to be the subject of a separate lesson or on its own, it isn't just anything, you know, it's not like you really have to think about what you're doing with your hand and the use of vibrato and flutter effects and so forth. I think that's going to be a lesson coming down the line. Yeah, it needs to be talked about. So, without further ado, I'm going to finish off this section on Big Boss Man by playing the track so that you can play along with it, and I'll do the whole number and leave it at that. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. A big boss man. Can't you hear me when I call? Big boss man. Can't you hear me when I call? Well, you ain't so big. You're just tall, that's all. Well, you got me working, boss man, working round the clock. I want a little drink of water, but you just won't let me stop, big boss man. Can't you hear me when I call? Well, you ain't so big. You're just tall, that's all. Your solo. Boss man, one that'll treat me right, work hard in the daytime and rest easy at night, big boss man. Can't you hear me when I call? Well, you ain't so big. You're just tall, that's all. We're gonna end here because I'm out of time. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Have fun.